The Mpumalanga Premier Refilwe Mtshweni-Tsipane will shortly address the media on the latest developments following the arrest of MEC for Agriculture and Land Affairs Mandla Msibi. The party's PEC is believed to be meeting this evening to discuss the matter. Msibi faces 2 counts of murder and 1 of attempted murder. His bail application continues tomorrow. Let's take you there now, where SABC News reporter Nhlanhla is there. Nhlanhla, any idea when the presser will begin and what has happened thus far?
Good evening to you and to our viewers at home. Obviously, we expected the presser to start now at 7, but word is that the Premier is around the building. So we are expecting her to take to the podium any minute now. But we understand from earlier in court, evidence was read that puts the MEC not exactly at the crime scene, but where the crime happened. We understand that affidavits were read that said that the MEC was inside the Chisanyama when the shooting happened outside. So the bail application is expected to carry on tomorrow, like you said. So now we're waiting for the MEC, the Premier, to come and address the media.
Viewers, the MEC spends another night in jail as he awaits the bail decision. But give us a sense of the temperature, political temperature within the ANC and just from the electorate in general. The Premier, is she under pressure to take a definitive step at this stage?
Indeed, he is spending another night in jail, and it looks like that. It looks like the Premier is actually under pressure to make a decision. I mean, people we spoke to on the ground say that this is like a ploy to get the MEC out of office. So it remains to be seen what actually the Premier is going to say about what happened in court this afternoon, what happened yesterday. We understand that the MEC actually handed himself over to the police for these charges that were leveled against him. And remember, earlier we spoke to one of the family members who say they believe that this was a ploy to try and get the MEC out. They're saying that they're using the judicial system to try and get him out of the office and out of the job. So we are expecting to hear what the Premier is saying, but tensions remained high outside of court, especially when his supporters and ANC followers were told to go home and come back. They actually didn't want to leave. Many were saying they're sleeping at the court house to say, no, we're waiting for the hearing to carry on tomorrow. But they were asked peacefully to go home and actually come back and carry on listening to the case. But most of them were saying that the MEC is actually not guilty. He's just being painted in a bad light. And some of them were saying what they heard in court actually proves that he's being painted in a bad light, because the evidence that was given shows that the MEC is actually not guilty. But more of that will be heard tomorrow as they carry on with the bail hearing. But most importantly, what we are waiting to hear is what the Premier is going to say. Did she take a decision to get him out of office, or is she keeping him, depending on what the bail hearing is going to go like tomorrow?
Thank you, Nhlanhla. And of course, we'll return to Nhlanhla, our reporter who is there as we await the Mpumalanga Premier's announcement on what action will be taken, if at all, tonight, as the MEC for Agriculture and Land Affairs spends yet another night in jail following allegations of murder and attempted murder. There are calls that the MEC should step aside, given what is said to be the rule from the ANC when such serious allegations are made against an official of the party.